Hi there, it's Vanessa, the Wellbeing Being. I'm just checking in with you from Vancouver Island here in this beautiful cedar forest in front of this healing cedar tree to talk about some of the, I guess, more practical holiday strategies, survival tips that I use. And that I did use, when I was really, it's been 15 years since my son died, and so things are different for me. I still have my strategies, but they evolve. But in the early days, I did all of my Christmas shopping before Halloween because I couldn't handle the crowds at Christmas and the miserable people. These people, they've never lost a child and they're out there bitching and moaning and complaining about whatever, and it would just make me so angry. So I learned really quickly that was really important to me. Like, I had to get all my Christmas shopping done before Halloween so that my November could be all about Christmas baking, because I like Christmas, and I found in my grief that being busy in the kitchen was really nice for me. I have a lot of people who like to eat in my life, and so I would cook, and that filled me up. Was a good way for me to kind of get some joy and just give people treats. And anyways, that was one of my things. So November would be about Christmas treats, and I would get involved, like, oh, what am I gonna make? And I gotta shop. I'd make these elaborate lists, and I like to make lists, so that's part of my my healing strategy. Was always like, who am I buying what for Christmas? I'd list it all out. I'd have like a book for Christmas. And I know it sounds silly, but this is sort of what I'm just sharing with you are my practical silly strategies for how I survive the holiday. You'll figure out your own way, but these are just my quirky things that I did that supported me in feeling safe, organized, and like, I don't know about you, but grief made me feel really crazy in the early days. Like, people wanted me to be better so bad, and I just couldn't. I was a fucking, excuse my language, but I was a mess. Like, I was absolutely a mess, and nobody could handle it. Like, I could see the fear in their eyes when they would ask me how I'm doing, like, oh God, please don't cry, or please don't, and they just, like I say, my family, I love my family and friends, and I can't imagine how hard it must have been for them to watch me hurting. But really, all I can say to you, my darling, is that their pain is not your concern at this moment. They will learn to love you through this, and you are okay to let them be uncomfortable with however you're showing up. Just be proud of yourself that you're showing up. They don't know what it takes for you to show up. So what are some of my other more practical things that I would do? I used to watch Tyra Banks, and she's so beautiful, right? And so she talked about how when she was having a bad day, her strategies for bad days. And so two of them that I really loved was she would always have a really big pair of sunglasses. And so I still, sunglass lady in the shade, because every now and again something hits me or touches me and I cry. I'm a crier. And so sunglasses make it easier when you're in the grocery store lineup. If you're crying, you can slip your shades on and just look weird rather than like the weepy crazy lady. Another thing that Tyra would say is she used to do earrings, like slap on a pair of really big fancy earrings. It draws attention away from your weepy eyes after you've had a long night. So humor is a big part of how I survived my grief. So you'll hear me laughing a lot when I'm talking about these various things, because it was part of how, like I say, the day after my son died, I went to my brother's house. I couldn't go home. My brother took me home from the hospital. What's the worst thing to walk out of the hospital without your kid, right? Oh my God, that drive home was just nuts. Starry nights haunted me. I couldn't drive at night for years. I would call my brother crying. Anyways, so my brother, the next day after I lost my son, we watched Starsky and Hutch. And then for the next year, my brother and my husband and I made jokes about Starsky and Hutch. Like, it was part of our weird survival mechanism. I'll say it again and again, death is so final. There's a final answer and you get to deal with it. So take your time, just take your time with it. Nobody can rush you through this. They don't have the right to. And your grief is your grief. Your way is your way. And it might not feel like there is a way, but you will find a way. And thank you for letting me share my story with you in the hopes that it'll help you find your way, feel less crazy, and to know, like, 15 years later, you know, I still miss my son. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not, you know, I don't wish or feel like this was the best thing that could happen and oh, I'm so grateful every day, but you know, I've come to that place in my life where I'm grateful for the path that I'm on, because it is taken me to here I am in front of you like this. I can't change the past, and so I accept it, and I love my beautiful life, and who knows, maybe my life wouldn't have been this beautiful if Luther had not passed, but I don't have that luxury, you know. This is what happened. This is who we are now. You won't be the same, you'll be new and you'll be different, and it's up to you to choose who you want to be in the wake of this tragedy. And so just give yourself the space and the time to know that it's okay to not be okay. And that the holidays, it's okay for the holidays to be hard. So just prepare yourself, do what you need to do, get your big shades if that's who you are, bust out your lipstick if that makes you feel good, you know, make your hair big, or, you know, get your pajamas out and just like lock the world out and cry your face off all holidays. Watch all your specials. It's a Wonderful Life. Watch that movie and cry your face off. You know, connect. Oh, I'm gonna fall here. I'm shifting my weight. So connect with me on Facebook if you can. I'll be there through the holidays to support you. And to support myself, you know. So, like I say, thank you for letting me share my story with you, and I wish you so much success as you find your way through this. All right, bye now.